Welcome to the Bruins Benders Podcast, Season 4, Episode 39, the off-season, the long and winding off-season, with Maddie and Smitty, brought to you on the Inside the Rink Podcast Network at InsideTheRink.com. If you are joining us on YouTube, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. If you're listening on any of the podcast platforms, give us a rate and review. Sign up for ITR Plus for Benders off-air content. In this episode, we will discuss potentially Jordan Kyrou to the Bruins. What kind of a grade are we going to give the free agency of Don Sweeney and the Bruins? And predictions on what kind of player James Hagens could turn out to be. All that more in this episode. Follow us each on the X at Bender Smitty and at Mr. Matty Barry. And here we are in the middle of July. Now that the dust has settled, no free agency anymore. No, for the most part, no draft. No. And now it just seems to get a little long in the tooth here for the next 6-8 weeks.
Yep.
But we can analyze and bitch about all sorts of things because nothing's really going to change until October. So at least. But first, how about Lyndon Byers?
Yeah.
LB passed away. Staple in the late 80s.
Yep.
Fighter. Just a knucklehead type of guy, but loved by many. Then turned radio personality, and he was actually a decent player for a stretch, and then he took on sort of the goon type of role for the Bruins, and beloved by many of the Bruins, and he passed away sort of unexpectedly the other day.
He did, and it's too bad, but LB was loved around here, and played the game. I would say a lot of people would say he played the game the right way, played hard all the time, fought, stuck up for his teammates. All the things you want from a guy that, maybe wasn't the most talented guy, but, did all the little things for some of those really good Bruins teams in the 80s, gave, Adam Oates and the like a little more space out on the ice. So, a good player for the Bruins, beloved. And it's a shame that he passed so early, but apparently he's also going to donate his brain to science for the CTE studies that they do over at BU. So, hopefully they can find out some more about what's going on with that and help prevent some of this in the future. But, rest in peace to LB. Great Bruin, great guy by all accounts, and he'll be missed.
Yeah, I was on two of the Cup run teams in 88, 90. Had a memorable pass to Ricky Middleton in the 88 run. He was it was the Bruins personified back in the day, like when they had those Jay Miller, Lyndon Byers, like Stan Jonathan. They had this run of just guys who would fight and play. The fans would love them, and the fans have sort of hung on to that whole, big bad Bruins, fight them, win the fight, who cares about the game type of, philosophy for some that still kind of remains sometimes here. But he was right in the thick of it then. So it was really too bad. I was really surprised. Like he's 61, which I thought he's a little older than I thought he was, but it's a lot of those fighters.
Yeah.
We've seen many of them die young. And we're starting to see now that hopefully a guy like him, another guy who has donated his brain, and what that means or what will come of that, who knows, because it's been several years now. But at least there's some education there, and what happens with a lot of these players, especially back in those days. You don't see as much of it now, but in those days they would fight every other night. I mean, they would plan fights, back in the day, and LB was definitely one of those guys. So it was too bad to hear about that, for sure. All right, let's get into the 7 Chirps, and it's sponsored by Lops Brewing, Lobster Brewing and Tasting Room in downtown Woonsocket, Rhode Island, specializing in small batch ales and lagers. It's open 7 days a week. Use the coupon code SPORTS for 10% off your online order at Lops Brewing. Follow them at Lops Brewing for new beers and events on the social media. Chirps 1. Reports are that Tanner Jeannot actually had interest from 10 teams before Boston signed. Is this fact or fiction?
I believe it was Elliot Friedman on his podcast, so I'm going to go with Elliot. Smitty's insider adjacent sources also could confirm what Elliot's sources confirmed, that there were multiple teams involved on Jeannot. Some teams maybe looking to get a little protection for some of their higher end talent. Toronto, I think, was one, and there was a few other ones that were looking at him as a good. I mean, he's been on some teams that have made deep runs in the playoffs. Good teams. So good veteran presence, a leader type guy. I think he could be a culture guy for the Bruins. So I do think that there are a lot of teams involved. Now, are a lot of teams willing to go to 5 years and $3.4 million? That I'm going to say no. I'm going to say there weren't teams willing to go to 5 years. I think that's why the Bruins got him. Because I think everybody else was probably 3 years, $1 to $2 million, and there were probably a bunch of offers in that area. And I think the Bruins blew everybody else out of the water to get this player. Was that a smart move? We'll see. Time will tell on that one. But to give a 5-year commitment and $3.4 million to a guy who had 13 points last year doesn't seem on the face of it like a smart move. But we'll see. We'll see how that shakes out down the line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. The player is fine. The player is fine.
I like that. I've always liked the player. He's a pain in the ass to play against.
Yeah.
He is. And I like the way he plays. But that kind of commitment for what he brings, he hasn't had a 20-goal season since he was a rookie. So, you're looking at a guy who barely contributes. You already signed a bunch of guys that barely contribute. Can we stop signing guys that barely contribute and start signing guys that will make an impact in winning games? I mean, that's what I'd like to see.
The last two off seasons, it's been third and fourth liners. It was Max Jones, and it was Jeffrey VL, and it was our buddy Riley Tufte, and it was all of these guys, trading for Mark Kastelic and just loading up on the third and fourth line players. And then again this summer, it's even it seems like even more of the third and fourth line players. I don't know where all of them are going to play. I just don't. I don't know. And to go 5 years with a guy, what if he stinks this year? Yeah. Then you have him for 4 more years at 3 point. And I know it's not a huge number, but it can be the difference between giving another guy 8 or 10, 7 or 9. Yeah, it's still a good $3 million, $3.5 million a year that you can use elsewhere.
They were saying that the Bruins wanted to take a swing at some of the big money free agents next year. This might prevent them from getting one of those guys.
It might.
They gave Tanner Jeannot too much money. Could.
Right now they have 2.9 in salary cap right now, the Bruins.
Yeah. I mean,
why so low? Why?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before, but they didn't need to spend all this money. They didn't.
No.
They had plenty of guys already who can play third and fourth line. Plenty of them.
Yeah, plenty.
Maybe not the culture that they want. Maybe not the nastiness, the competitiveness, bring it in practice, bring it every day, guys, whatever. They might not have those guys on the roster now. But like you've said a million times, those guys are available. Every year at the trade deadline or in the offseason. You don't have to sign them on day one of free agency in the first hour of the thing happening. You don't. You could. Nope. Jeff Skinner just signed. I mean, he's not a fighter, type player, but he just signed today, or yesterday with
1 year, $3 million.
Yeah. So Tanner Jeannot got signed for more than Jeff Skinner. Now Jeff Skinner had a awful year in Edmonton, but Jeff Skinner has also been a multiple 30 goal scorer, and he signed for $3 million. Tanner Jeannot scored 4 goals once.
Did any of these jabronis get any type of no trade clause language in their thing?
Tanner Jeannot does. He has 2 years no trade. The first 2 no trade, and then it's like a modified 15 team, and then it's like a 10 team, and then it's nothing in the last year. But yeah, Sweens rolled out the red fucking carpet for this guy. Rolled out the red carpet like he was fucking Connor McDavid. Tanner McDavid. Should we call him Tanner McDavid from now on? I kind of want to.
Connor Jeannot.
Connor Jeannot.
He's not Connor Brown. or
No.
Patrick Brown.
I'll fuck his name up with the best of them if you want me to. But
Tanner McDavid.
Tanner McDavid. So yeah.
So you gave him too many years, too much money, and 2 years of no
2
trade.
years full no move. Yeah.
For a 13-point guy.
For 13 points.
Say that out loud.
I know.
Like say it out loud in the office.
Can you imagine Sweeney going into Charlie Jacobs' office and being like, look, I want to sign Tanner Jeannot to a 5-year deal, 3.4. And he's like, 3.4? That's not bad. Yeah. You know, how many points did he have last year? Well, he had 7 goals. Okay. 6 assists. What?
Tanner Jeannot.
Well, he's he had 24 goals, a couple of years back. Couple years back? No. Well, more than a couple of years back. When he was a rookie. How long has he been in the league? Well, 6-7 years now, I think.
Yeah.
What did you want to sign him to again?
Yeah. What's his name? Danny Tanner? What's his name?
Is his name Tanner McDavid? What did you say? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, it shows you really that the Jacobs don't pay any fucking attention.
They don't. They still don't know a hockey stick from a dipstick.
Because if anybody in their right mind, general manager, walked into
my God,
the president of the club's office and was like, we want to sign Tanner Jeannot to a 5-year, $17 million deal, they would say, go pound sand, Donald.
You know what I see that? I see the news coming out of that signing, and I see the league acting like Sean McVay when the Patriots took the guard, and just snicker like, whoa, like whoa, like he must know something we don't know. Yeah. I see the whole league doing that.
Yeah,
the whole league was like,
the league is laughing at the Bruins right now.
Like, what is that?
I wonder no one wanted to coach here because they don't know what they're doing.
They look. I want them to know what they're doing.
Me too.
And I'm just not just saying it just to be a blowhard. Like,
yes.
I really question whether they know what they're doing.
I'm 100% with you. And look, what I want them to do is watch this podcast, because I think if they watch this, they could glean some good advice from us. They could pick up some nuggets, some little things here and there. Doesn't have to be everything we say. Doesn't have to be everything, but just little things here and there. Like, don't spend all your money on 3rd and 4th liners. Develop some of the young kids. Let them play. See what you have there. Like, some of that stuff, I feel like they could get from us and implement that, and the team would be better in the long run for it. That's
I listened to the last episode today in the car, and this was the Smitty comment. I like the player. He's a pain in the ass. He hits, he fights, he sticks up for teammates. But at 5 years, $3.45 million, no fucking way. Like no fucking way. And that's kind of what I think. Like, if we could put that in print, no fucking way, with that tone. Like, that's what we should put out there. Like, that's insane. Like, that's insanity. In look. Again, Tanner Jeannot, maybe he'll go out and score 15 goals and be like a stud on the 4th line.
I hope he does. I hope when the season starts, I'm the biggest fan of Tanner Jeannot that there is. I hope that's the case. I really do. I really, really do. Because I do like the player. I do. Same with Elias Lindholm. Like, I think he has a good skill set. You just shouldn't have given him that kind of money, because it puts unfair expectations on him to be a first-line center, which he's not. Mm-hmm. And he should be sliding into the 3rd line. That's where he belongs. But you paid him like a number 1 guy, and now everybody's expecting him to be that. So he has all this pressure on him, and he's trying to do. And maybe he found it at the end of the season. I hope he did. I hope he puts up 85 points, and we can all laugh about it down the road. But
maybe Jeannot, Kyrou, Kastelic is just going to be like this big time line. That's just like it's like the Merlot line.
It's going to be the Merlot line. It's going to be.
I'll be honest with you. I can't take it. I really can't. I want to cut off my head and roll it down the fucking road. Like, I can't take it. Like, and the people who try to justify it and try to those people who want a job with the Bruins and try to say, well, this is what it is. Like, no, this is not what it is. It's fucking stupid.
Tanner Jeannot is not even going to play on the 4th line. He's going to play on the 3rd.
He's not going to play on the 3rd line. You
He's gonna
bet
play
your
in
sweet ass with Casey Middlestat and Maju Bujamel or whatever the fuck his name is. Like those three guys are gonna light up the league. Yeah, Mapel, Jumapel,
Jim Appel, Blue Mel, Jim Appel, blow me. Yeah. Yeah. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Yeah, the fourth line's going to be Asamont, Corrali, and Kastelic. And anybody that thinks Asamont's going to be the one sitting doesn't know anything because they gave
he's not
a
sitting.
fucking deal.
He's not
sitting. He's not.
None of those guys are sitting. They brought those guys into play. Unless they do a Max Jones face plant, they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Like, does John Beecher get time? Like, they re-signed him. Where's he going to play?
I honestly think that Beecher must be two-way.
Beecher's not.
Huh?
He's not.
That's one way.
Yeah. So is the kid from Dallas. The Blue Mel kid. It's a one-way contract.
And Husnudinov, he can't. He has to go through waivers too, right? So
yeah, they'll probably lose a bunch of guys at the start of the season just because they're trying to send them down. All these guys they signed a contracts. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be one of the grab your popcorn, like one of the shittiest shit shows you've ever seen. Like they signed all these guys and probably lose half of them to waivers at the end of the training camp. It's gonna be amazing. They have like 23 fourth line guys.
Yeah, they do. It's like literally. It's insane how many they have. It's insane.
They have all of the third and fourth line guys in the entire league are playing for the Bruins.
Yeah. And he dumped a bunch of his RFAs, those old draft picks he made. He dumped a bunch of them, Kuhntower and all those guys. He dumped a bunch of those guys. His drafting between 18 and 20 is just like I don't even know if there's anybody there anymore besides fucking Beecher.
Is Brett Harrison still in?
Brett Harrison. Remember him?
Yeah.
Like wow. Like he's still there though somehow. Brett Harrison. Wow. I was looking at some of the Casper Nassens and the Chris Pelosi's and Beckett Hendricks. Those guys are never going to play a fucking minute for the Boston Bruins.
Probably not.
Not one minute for those guys.
Probably not.
They completely just sign guys to block all the fucking draft picks they made the last fucking 5 years. Unreal. Chirp 2, David Pagnotta said that Utah wanted Matt Barzal from the Islanders for the 4th pick so they could take Hagens. The Isles said they liked Hagens, but not that much. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, Barzal's a proven NHL guy. Like I get why the Islanders say no to that. And smart
too, but I'll say this: like Barzal, talented, but Barzal hasn't been terrific the last couple of years, and they suck.
Yeah,
and I was a little bit surprised that they wouldn't kind of entertain that. It makes me.
I mean, look, the Islanders. Yeah, the Islanders have, they're in the cellar as well, so they, they have the number 1 pick in Schaefer. So it might have been smart of them to actually make that deal. Because you get out from underneath Barzal's money,
right?
And then you get another guy who could potentially be your 1C down the road, and you have your first line center, your first line D, and those guys kind of grow together within the organization. So it's not that far fetched, really. I mean, I don't think that would have been a bad way to go if you're the Islanders, but I guess they wanted to hold on to Barzal because he's the one guy probably in that organization that could sell tickets in that market right now, I guess.
Yeah, and Hagens slid down the draft, and teams didn't want to trade up to get him when he was sliding. So I just wonder, look, he was the most talented guy left, so that's what we said to do: pick the most talented guy left. So that's what they did. So I just hope to God that he has a good year for BC, and then signs, and then really shows that was kind of fluky his draft fall. I really hope so.
I think, we'll talk about it. So,
Trip 3. St. Louis Blues center Jordan Kyrou on the trade block. Looks like they want to get out from under his money. Is it something that the Bruins could even consider with their lack of assets?
They should consider it. They should make a call, at least.
He should.
Because Kyrou's a good player. So,
he is.
I mean, add talent.
70-point guy.
Yeah, I mean, that talent. I mean, you don't have, other than David Pastrnak, you don't have a 70-point guy on the team.
No.
You have David.
Kyrou could play with Pastrnak and Geekie, and then Lindholm could be back down to second line or whatever, and be a much better team.
Sure.
Much better team.
Yeah.
You know.
So, I mean, he would automatically go into your top 6. And you would be much better. Now, do they have the assets available to trade for him? Maybe if you gave up, one of your ones from next year, that would probably start the conversation. If you gave up, a first and Mason Lohrei to maybe get that thing going. I don't know. Is that enough? Probably not.
Well, Kyrou makes 8.1. So here's the other dilemma. You have 2.9 in salary cap space because you bought every fucking fourth liner in the National Hockey League.
Right.
So now you don't have the space to take on his 8.1.
No.
So even if you traded a Pavel Zacha, say, who makes $4.75, whatever it is.
$4.75, yep.
That's still not enough.
No.
So
trade Zacha and Lohrei. And that's
Zacha
still
and Lohrei. I don't think that's still enough.
No, because Lohrei is 3.4, I think.
Yeah, 3.4, and he's 4.75, 4.84. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, so it's right in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it might be something like that, like Zacha, Lohrei in a first.
Now I don't know if the Blues would do it, but I would do Zacha, Lohrei. The only problem with the first is if you're bad. See, I don't know. Getting Kyrou, you might not be that bad.
That's why I think the pick has value. Because but if I'm the Bruins, I'm trading Toronto's pick, not mine.
Right.
I'm holding on to mine because if we're terrible, we're going to be in the lottery, and I think we will.
I would do that thing.
I think the Bruins will be in the lottery.
Yes, I
think they will. Yeah,
I think so too. I would do that trade. I would do Toronto's pick, and I don't know if they would, but I would do Zacha, Lohrei, and that pick for Kyrou.
There's probably better options from other clubs around. I would imagine.
I'm sure. I mean, he's been linked to Montreal and some other teams.
Deeper prospect pools, yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I would make the call, like you said. I make a couple calls.
Yeah,
because that's a guy that could, it would be like a top line center, at least a lower grade top line center, ish that could play with Pastrnak and Geekie, and then you could slide Lindholm down, and then you're starting to cook with some gas there.
Sure.
All right, chirp 4. Evidently, there's a doppelganger. Matty looks like a young Jim Montgomery. Discuss. Matty Montgomery.
He does look. There was a picture of Jim Montgomery when he signed with the Dallas Stars, and it is a spitting image of you.
It is. And Cam Stewart from the Cam Show actually tagged us.
Yeah,
it said that this looks like Matty played hockey for the Dallas Stars.
Matty ice hockey. Yeah. So I think when you go to the bars now, I think you should throw that around.
I'm Jimmy Montgomery.
Yeah.
I'm Monty.
Yeah. Monty.
I had a buddy of mine. I had a buddy of mine who we went to a bachelor party at Texas Resort, and we said that he was a right winger for the Boston Bruins, and the chicks were just all over him all night long because they had no fucking idea.
No, of course not.
This guy, and Scotty, this guy is like 5'9", 130, and we had him as a right winger for the Bruins, who won the skills competition for fastest skater.
Yeah,
and all the chicks were all over him all night long.
All night.
So it can happen. Like it can happen. Chirp 5. What kind of grade do you give the Bruins in free agency?
I give them a D.
Give him a D. Okay.
Below average.
Okay.
Because look, there weren't a lot of high-end options out there for the Bruins.
No.
So I think, I don't mind the Asamont signing. 2 years, 1.7, whatever. That's probably what they should have given Jeannot. I don't like the Jeannot deal. I like the player, as we've said a million times. I think Sean Kuraly was a redundancy. I don't think he was needed. You had Kastelic, who does the same thing, and you signed him to 3 years already. So you didn't need him. So I didn't love what they did. They were trying to fill some holes, I guess, trying to change the culture a little bit. Kuraly's a culture guy as well. So, we'll see if that helps them at all. But right now, I didn't love their free agency. I loved the draft. I really did. But their free agency, I thought, was a miss.
I mean, I'm almost at an F just because of the money they spent that I just didn't feel they had to spend. And that's, you don't have to spend all your money to the cap. He did it last off season, and he almost did it this off season where he's just under $3 million left. Like, unless there's some sort of trade we don't know about or something going on there where he's going to dump another couple of guys and recoup some of that money, I just don't see why you had to do it. And for multiple years for guys who don't deserve multiple years. To be quite frank with you, Sean Corelli at 32 years old is really should give him 2 years.
No.
Why? Like, why should you give Michael Eyssimont 2 years? For what? That's a 1-year deal to do it. And if he doesn't want to take it, then let somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Why are you giving Tanner Jeannot 5 years? That's like a 2, maybe 3 at shorter money because he's only like 27, 28. But you don't have to do that. So why? I just. And I know people are going to say, well, the cap's going up, and I don't give a shit if the cap goes to $500 million. That doesn't mean Tanner Jeannot's worth 3.45. It just doesn't. Like, that doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. Take your salary cap and shove it. I don't care.
Percent of his.
The percentage. He's only like at 3%. You go fuck yourself with your analytics. I don't give a shit. I don't care what the percentage of your fucking brain power is. Fucking 0.0.
Yeah, the percentage of my body fat is much higher than that.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about any of it.
No, that's all. My BMI.
Sorry, John.
That's the only number I need. So yeah, F you, F this. Chirp 6 predictions for what kind of player James Hagens turns out to be, as we foreshadowed.
Yes. I like the player, and the more I've watched him play, because I was down on him because I didn't think he had a dominant year at BU. At BC, like, some of the guys did. Like your Macklin Celebrinis and Jack Eichels at BU did. So I was a little down on him going into the draft, but the more I watched him play and watched some of his highlights, and he was, as much as people say he didn't have a good year, he had a point per game. He was a point per game guy.
One of the top teams in the country. Yeah.
As a freshman, as a small freshman too. Those like Celebrini's a little bit bigger, a little bit more filled out. Eichels, a big dude. So those guys had the frames already, I think, to play college hockey against men. Hagens is playing as a smallish guy playing in a men's league. Like, that's a man's league, the Hockey East. Like, it's 23, 24-year-old guys, some of them. Because they played a couple years in junior and
guys who play the whole 4 or 5 years,
and then play 4 years in the NCAA and then get a grad year somewhere else. So you're playing against men. So I thought he had a really good year, and I think he's going to be dominant at BC this year. I really do. I think he's going to be dominant. I think he's going to be over a point per game. I think he's going to show this year at BC what the Bruins saw and what everyone saw that had him initially as the number 1 pick in the draft. And I think he is going to be their number 1 center. I'm choosing to be positive about this. I think he's going to be the number 1 center. I think he's going to be a dynamic playmaker for years and years to come.
Yeah, I think he's headed for like a 50-point season with BC, and I think he's going to sign it when the season's over. And I think he's going to have a small little sample size with the Bruins at the end of the year because they're not going to be very good. And here's what's going for him is that he potentially has David Pastrnak to play with.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you're playing with an elite player, elite goal scorer, one of the tops in the league, then that gives him every opportunity to produce. So if you bring him in and you throw him on the 3rd or 4th line, like you do with, the Ryan Donatos of the world and all that, and expect anything from them, then you're foolish, which, is possible. It's possible he comes in and plays a fucking third line.
Yeah, anything is possible.
Anything is possible. I did with Patra. They're playing with fucking guys who suck. I mean, if you look at his stats and his analytics with guys who are pretty good, like the Pastrnaks and the Geekies and those guys, his numbers were so much better than with the bottom feeders, that he played with. Yeah. So how would you expect a guy to produce and a guy to show what he can do when that's why you can't put certain guys on like just the third and fourth line.
I
You
mean,
can't just throw a guy on the fourth line.
Yeah, we've talked about that forever. Like you got to actually give them an opportunity to play where they usually play. Like you draft a guy for his skill, his playmaking, and passing, and then you put him on a line that with guys who have 7 goals and 5 goals that can't score, that couldn't hit the fucking net from the crease. So you got to give them an opportunity to succeed. And you have to play them with guys that have talent, playing with guys who are creative, that can make plays. And then, then you'll see what you have.
I mean, that's in Boston and in Providence. Like you have Lysell playing with Joey Abate and some other fucking clown.
100%.
And then he's not going to produce. Like, Jesus Christ almighty. Like, look, he to me, he signs at the end of the year, and then you play him on the first or second line, and you play him 18 minutes, and you just play him, and you just fight through it.
Unless Elias Lindholm is really struggling, I think he slots in to the second line. I think he plays on the power play.
Sure.
And you play him a bunch of minutes, and you give him a taste of the NHL, and if he competes, then he probably has a spot right away next year. If not, maybe he'll see a little time in Providence, but I feel like he's going to go straight from BC to the NHL and not look back. Like, I think he's going to be on the Bruins after that.
Now, I will say, in the history of the Bruins, Pastrnak, Krejci, Bergeron, DeBrusque have all played at least a year. Marchand played 2 in Providence. So you got to keep that in the back of your mind, too, that it's possible that he plays a year in Providence. Yeah, which is going to fucking piss everybody off, but that could happen.
Did Sagan play like half a season down there?
I think Sagan pretty much
played only like injury time that he played. Like Joe Thornton always was on the Bruins. He never went down.
Yeah, he was on the so number 1 overall. I think Sergei Samsonov. I think he might have started with the Bruins too.
I think he did. Yeah, like when you're bad, like they were bad. So like when you're bad enough, those guys should play in the NHL. They should learn at the NHL level. Like we talked about, and Connor wants to chime in here. What do you got, Connor?
Tyler Seguin has never played a game in the AHL.
No, he never played in the AHL. Yeah, he played 74 games in that Cup year, 11 goals, 11 assists. He played for the Plymouth Whalers the year before in the OHL. Yeah, so he went right to
trial by fire. Number 2 pick. And look, he's a little bigger than Hagens is.
And that was a wagon of a team, obviously, a Stanley Cup champion team.
Sure. So. Absolutely. But that's what you brought fucking Jeannot and Asimon in for, to give him a little more space out there. Yeah. To make some plays. So give the kid, if the team sucks, just let him play. Like sign at the end of this year, and then let him play. See what he can do.
You know what I love about, and here's the other thing about Sergei Samsonov went right to the league. Yeah. Had 22 goals, 25 assists his rookie year, 81 games. He played for the Detroit Vipers of the IHL the year before, so he went right to the league. Here's what I love about the whole protect the young guys thing.
Yeah.
You have to, in order to protect the young guys, you've got to kind of be on the ice with them, don't you?
You do.
Okay. So Tanner Jeannot is not going to play with James Hagens ever.
Oh, yeah. You don't think so?
And if he does,
then
this is going to be the New York Islanders podcast shortly after. Okay.
I think he could be on this. I think he could be on the ice with them.
Wow.
I think he could be.
That's a typical Bruins move.
It sure is.
Oh my God. Throw Sloth in with Beauty and the Beast line.
I think you could very well see a line at the end of this year of Tanner Jeannot, James Hagens, Victor Arvidsson. I'm not even shitting you. I'm saying this with a complete straight face. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'm going to say it's very likely that happens when Hagen signs at the end of his NCAA season.
That rivals like Todd Ellick, Steve Bejan, and what was that line? Was that Steve? It was later. Todd Ellick played with Marty
LaPointe.
Marty LaPointe. Oh God! Like I just, but I do think you're going to see Hagens play at some point this coming season
I
for
would
the
agree.
Bruins at least one time. Because
Unless-
look, they're going to need to
unless-
put some asses in the seats too because they're going to
Yeah.
suck.
Unless
So-
BC, goes into the, the Frozen Four or whatever.
Yeah, it's way late in the season.
Way into April. Then
might be
because the Bruins probably missed the playoffs, so they'll be done.
Yeah, true. Actually, true. They won't. Right. There won't be any time for them to play.
No.
Solid point. Solid point. Chirp 7. NHL clubs vote to keep decentralized draft. Thoughts on that?
It sucks. It's terrible.
I mean, the league just does some really fucking brain dead
How can
things.
the club, if you were one of the clubs and you watch that draft back, how can you watch that without cringing every single time they tried to talk to a draft pick from the war room? The Bruins couldn't even do it. The Bruins couldn't even talk to the fucking guy. They couldn't get the audio and the video chat to work. So, but everything else was like every question was cringy and the kids it was all awkward and terrible. It was awful, 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 awful television. And
I just don't. Is it a cost cutting move? Like, I don't get it.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again. Yeah, it'll be better this time. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Yeah. It's Gary Bettman been just being stubborn.
It's the teams. I think the NHL didn't want it, and the teams do because they want to all be in their conference rooms with their fucking boards and jerk each other off under the desk while they're making their picks.
They do.
So
except for the Bruins who don't get together before they pick, they just kind of hang out in the hallway.
Everybody, what they do is they just pass around one of the bear heads, and everybody just throws a name in a hat, and they just pick out the winner. Oh, they have
those paper things we used to do.
They do. The 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whatever.
You pull the thing and 4. Okay.
4.
Yeah, vaccination.
What color are you? Red. That's not the Bruins colors. Well, we're fucked then, because is there a black and gold one in there? Okay. Yeah. So I think that's what they do. I think they give everybody at the table a vote, and then they just pull a random name out of a hat, and vaccination won once.
Well, hey. That's it. That's great. Hey, why don't you go bet on things at DraftKings Sportsbook? DraftKings Sportsbook is Boston's hometown sportsbook. It's live right here in Massachusetts. Bet local on all your favorite sports from the comfort of your own home with DraftKings. To celebrate, all new customers will receive up to $150 in bonus bets when you sign up for DraftKings Sportsbook using code ITR. You can now bet local on money lines, spreads, props, and more with one of America's top-rated sportsbooks. That's DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Sign up with the code ITR to get up to $150 in bonus bets to use now that mobile sports betting is live in Massachusetts. That's code ITR only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
If your loved one is experiencing problems with gambling, call 800-327-5050 or visit helplinema.org to speak with a trained specialist free and confidentially 24/7. Must be 21 plus, physically present in Mass. Eligibility restrictions apply, subject to regulatory licensing requirements. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as free bets. Terms at DraftKings.com/MA.
We like it in the raw here we just keep the mistakes and the errors, keep the realness right in the promo.
Let's just
$100, $150. Who gives a shit? Just sign up for DraftKings.
Yeah, it's gambling, baby. Let's fucking do it.
You're not going to notice how much money in there. It's going to be gone.
It's a rat's ass. Just go throw some money in there. Sign up. You'll get a little free money from DraftKings, and then get your ass off.
You're gonna do like back-to-back Tanner Jeannot anytime goal scorers, and it's gonna be gone. That shit's gonna be gone. You're gonna be broke.
You're gonna be a millionaire if you fucking hit it one time.
50,000.
Yeah.
That he gets the first goal
next year.
Oh, do the first goal of the season for the Bruins.
Tanner Jeannot, first goal.
Yeah. I wonder what do you think that'll be? Plus 1,500?
More than that.
Plus 3,000.
More
than
that.
How many goals did you score last year? 6? Yeah.
He scored 7 goals last year.
7 goals? Okay.
7 goals, I
plus
believe.
4,000. I would. You probably can't go on right now because the schedule isn't out yet.
Plus 4 or 5,000 because Pastrnak's going to be like probably
Plus 300.
minus.
Yeah.
You'd probably be minus like
Big minus.
400.
Yeah.
And Geekie's probably minus, 200, 100. And then everybody else is plus.
Yeah.
Because no one else on the team could score. And but Tanner Jeannot and his 7 goals. Probably like plus 5,000.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna, when it comes out, I'm putting money on whatever that number is. I'm putting $10 down on that.
I think you should.
I am, and we're gonna pump it up until that opening game.
Let's both do it.
Yeah.
Or you do Jeannot and I'll do Asamont.
Yeah, there you go. Two guys who deserve the projects. Yeah.
And we'll each throw 5 on Corrali too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that. And then, maybe we win. And if we win, those guys are my best friends all year long.
All year long.
Yeah.
Like all year. That's contract justified.
All year long.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, we will. That's that. If it hits, the contract is justified. And that will be the line from this podcast from that day forth.
Okay. That's what we're doing. All right. We're doing that.
I love it.
All right. The beauty for this week, speaking of gritty fourth liners, is our friend of the program, Riley Tufte.
I love you, eh? They're going to be loving you from dawn until dusk.
We were remiss the last episode, but Riley signed a 1-year, $775,000 contract to remain with the Boston Bruins.
Yes, he did,
and we were more than pleased. We tweeted out to him. He responded.
He did,
and he has followed us on X. I have no idea if he listens, but if he does, Riley, excellent work. Hope it goes well. Hope you get a shot in amongst the trees here.
I think he should.
But you know what? He should get every opportunity in training camp.
He should.
He should.
He's a big guy, throws his weight around, got a little touch around the net. Like, he should get a chance.
Sure.
All these other assholes get a chance. Why can't he have a chance? He's a friend of the program. We gotta stump for our guy. Yeah. Our guy Riley Tufte. We gotta get him into the lineup.
Yeah.
We should start.
We're doing a quick Tufte update every episode.
I think we should, because he's a friend of the program. If we don't have a beauty, if we can't find an actual beauty during the season, it's gonna be Riley Tufte every time. Yeah. Every time. Throwing it out right now. Anytime there's no one worthy of being a beauty during the week, it'll be him.
It'll be Riley Tufte.
He will be a beauty because he is a friend of the program.
Yes.
So we take care of our guys.
Yeah.
So that's how we're gonna do that.
And maybe someday Riley Tufte can get a 5-year, $3.45 million contract.
I hope he does. And he comes on the program to celebrate.
Yeah. Sure. As we stump for him. Yeah. I think that's more than fair.
I think it's 100%. I think that's how it should go down.
Even be a guest appearance on here once in a while. Like,
I think he should. Yeah. I think he should analyze, and he could just give it to us. Like, we're full of shit as much as anybody else.
Oh my God! Yeah, come on and tell us where we were wrong, and tell us where we have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. Yeah,
come on and give us shit. People would love that. If he just came on and just fucking dressed us down and chirped us.
Say, what is your problem with third and fourth liners, you hammerheads? Yeah.
It'd be amazing. Have you guys ever played third or fourth line? No.
Nope.
We could barely fucking skate across the ice.
I was a top 6 on the street hockey team, pal.
Yeah, right? I mean,
we played third and fourth line.
We were, 1C and 1R.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, so
yeah, we were. Chemistry like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. Always has been there.
Yeah. Hey, rest in peace to the South Shore.
Holy shit! Yeah,
burned to the ground.
On the side, the place we played our street hockey days, our ball hockey days, went up in flames. About 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, and Hingham.
Yeah. Burned to the ground.
Yeah. So I wonder what's happening there. But a lot of Sunday mornings there.
A lot of Sunday mornings.
We played a lot there, and that was a real shame.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
good time down there. A lot of good memories down doing that.
Absolutely.
All right, so the Bender this week, I guess it affected producer Connor as well. But in Massachusetts, we had flash floods out the fucking wazoo.
Bender.
I was driving to work the other day, and they closed 93. Like, they closed the fucking Interstate,
Yeah.
the highway, both ways closed.
What a
puddles.
mess.
Puddles.
Puddles. Yeah. What a mess.
I mean,
What a mess.
yeah, just people straining in their cars. There was a guy right down the street from where I work who had to be rescued from his vehicle because the water was up to his window of his car. An older guy trying to get to the VA for God's sakes, just trying to get to his appointment at the VA. Had to be rescued by a Braintree cop, pulled him out of his car, and he was carrying the guy like piggyback out of his car.
That's just wow.
Unbelievable. The flash floods, and then Connor's getting floods and tornadoes and fucking, wrath of God in Iowa.
Tsunamis and
tsunamis and tidal wave. Hurricane.
Iowa was a peaceful place. I thought it was a field of dreams. I thought it was cornfields and baseball players and
and Connor.
Jesus Christ.
That's what everybody thinks until you start getting pummeled with fucking tornadoes when you're out here because they're constant and all the time. Wow. And to be honest, yesterday was one of the first ones that got pretty scary. In my opinion, and like close. So my sister actually moved out from the Boston area. And they live about 2 blocks away from where this tornado went through. And one of my friends sent me some pictures of the park that it went through, and it completely destroyed that park. The flooding that went through town was like completely soaking and drenching the bottom of apartment buildings. Yeah. There were cars getting stranded left and right. They basically shut down the roads in over half of the city because they were just flooded. Because one of the things that a lot of people don't realize, I live right along the Mississippi River. So we have a lot of water hanging around.
Like that picture of that funnel cloud, whatever you sent. That was like, that looked like a movie. I mean, it was
and these Midwesterners, like when I first moved here, I heard the tornado sirens and I would start to panic. Yeah. And if you're a Midwesterner, it's beers, barbecue, and tornadoes, baby. Like that's their jam. It's sitting out on the patio time.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm doing that. So for this one, do you have like a storm cellar? Do you go down in the basement and strap yourself to some pipes? Like, what are you doing?
I don't have a basement in my house. We just hang out in like my garage or the most inner part of the house. But other people are running towards basements, or some parts of the cities have shelters because there's so many tornadoes.
Yeah, I've never been in one. I just see it from I watch the Twister movies, so you see them.
You just put the snorkel mouthpiece right in your mouth, like in the basement.
You just pray.
Yeah, wow, that's insane. That's just like ridiculously scary. Like
watching people go floating down the streets in their air tubes is kind of funny though.
Well, I saw that the porta potty or whatever that I saw.
The porta potty
today, just going right down at like 20 miles an hour down the street. Like Jesus Christ!
Can you imagine being in there all of a sudden? You're just taking a shit, and then all of a sudden you're just floating down the street.
That porta potty's dangerous anyway. Like standing still.
Oh yeah,
like you could fall in. You could there's shit in there like this. It's just not pleasant. But to be in motion in the thing just can't be good.
No,
there's no splashing. It's not a bidet.
No,
it's a fucking porta potty.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just no thanks.
It's not clean. It's not sanitary in there.
No thanks. I'll tell you what. As far as the Northeast goes, we are a pretty safe place as far as weather. Like we get a very occasional hurricane. We barely get tornadoes. We get a snowstorm that's bad.
We do,
but for the most part, like we're in a pretty good spot because some of the Midwest and some of those places just get destroyed, like Midwest, Oklahoma and those places,
tornadoes, and of course Texas just had all the flash flooding where they a lot of loss of life.
When Houston almost washed away that one time a few years ago.
Yeah, New Orleans, underwater from the hurricanes and so they get it bad, so we are in a pretty good spot overall. The winter's a little pain in the ass, but
we are in a good spot.
But we as a group like to complain about shit. So that we complain about the weather and much, but we are pretty lucky with where we live.
I'll tell you who's not in a great spot: the Boston Bruins. But hey, we soldier on. Hey, head over to the merch shop. Get some merch. We haven't had a merch sale in a while.
Buy some shit.
Buy
You know what?
something.
Buy some shit.
Buy something in preparation for September's right around the corner. 20% off with code Sorry John. For Bruins Benders merchandise, rocks, glasses, t-shirt. It's hot as hell. Get a t-shirt.
Buy a t-shirt. We should have some swim trunks.
Yeah.
Right, you make some swim trunks. Look at that. Here's a Screech Lohrei right there.
Yeah, there he is.
Wearing the Get Fucking Bent shirt.
Dustin Diamond, Mason Lohrei.
Screech Lohrei.
There he
Mr.
is.
Masters. Minus 43.
Yeah, Mr. Masters. I'll tell you what. I expect a good year for Mason Lohrei this year. What do you think? You don't think so? Okay, that's fine. Who's he playing with? Peeke? Yeah, right.
I mean, every prediction I see, he's playing with McAvoy, which I don't like.
I don't think that's a smart move whatsoever. I think Lindholm should just play with McAvoy. I mean, they're not great together, but they should play together.
I don't think Lohrei and McAvoy are any great shakes either. You want to give McAvoy the opportunity to get up in the play, and Lohrei likes to get up in the play. So if both guys are up in the play, who's going to play fucking defense? I mean, we already know Lohrei can't do it on the power play. Never mind 5-on-5. So I feel like that's a mistake. But we'll see what the Bruins end up doing. I think he should probably play with Peeke.
I honestly believe that they should consider moving Mason Lohrei just because that left side of Lindholm and Zadorov, and they need like a true, they need like a defensive defenseman, I think, in that kind of group. And Lohrei is just, I don't know if he's a great fit for what they have in the defensive pairings.
I would agree with you. I think he's a little too loose with the puck. I think he's a little too soft in his own zone.
Yeah.
I think he has offensive ability. I think he has a good instincts as far as passing and in the offensive zone. I think he can make things happen, but
shoot the puck a little.
But he makes boneheaded plays in the offensive zone too about when to pinch, when not to pinch. Like, I know he hasn't played defense for that long, but those things I feel like you should learn by now and maybe not make the same mistakes. And he seems like, to me anyway, he's making some of the same mistakes still. And that's really what concerns me. Like, if you turn the puck over in front of your own net, maybe you don't go in front of your own net again. But he did it. Even after he got the goal, the puck poked off his stick for a goal. He did it again. And almost the same thing happened again.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's not learning from some of those mistakes makes me concerned.
Do you think it's going to be with Sturm a little more methodical coming up the ice, a little more D to D, and a little less like just fire it up the ice and see if it hits somebody?
I feel like he is going to not necessarily Claude Julien the thing, but I think he's going to go back to a more structured defense first type of game. And I think that suits this club better. I think defense will be their strength. If McAvoy and Lindholm are back to, what they are capable of, and Swayman's back to what he's capable of, I think defense is their strength. Offense certainly will be a problem all year long. It's going to be a problem. We know this. If Pastrnak and Geekie don't score, they won't win.
They won't win. They'll struggle to score. Jesus.
It's the same. We're going back to the same thing before the Bruins were deep enough. Back to when they had the perfection line intact, and if that line didn't score, they didn't win.
Right.
And it's going to be that again. If Pastrnak and Geekie don't score, they're going to struggle to win games. Plain and simple, because they don't have enough offensively. No matter how well they play defensively, they could, that line could get 2 goals and they'll lose 3-2 because they just don't have enough.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Hey, subscribe to the Inside the Rink YouTube page here, YouTube channel, and give us a rate and review. We had one on, we had a rating on Spotify recently, and that was great.
Nice.
And chat with us on the X, on the Twitter, on the X. Chat with us. Send us some stuff. Send us what you'd like to hear in the coming episodes. Until next time, as always, go Bruins.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye.